Que se va solo, Ronaldinho, ¡gol!
El talonamiento, Ronaldinho buscando el gol del Barça. Ha marcado el Fútbol Club Barcelona. Ha marcado Ronaldinho.
The rise and fall of Ronaldinho, the name synonymous with pure football magic, left an indelible mark on the sport. His rise from humble beginnings to becoming a global football icon was nothing short of extraordinary. Yet his downfall was equally dramatic, marred by off-field issues, lack of discipline, and poor decision-making. The story of Ronaldinho is one of joy, genius, and eventual regret, a footballing roller coaster that encapsulates both the highs of fame and the lows of unpreparedness. Today we'll dive into the rise and fall of Ronaldinho, the legendary Brazilian who inspired millions and left a lasting legacy, despite his decline. From the very beginning, it was clear that Ronaldinho had a special relationship with the ball. Born Ronaldo de Assis Moreira in Porto Alegre, Brazil, Ronaldinho grew up in a family that breathed football. His father, a former footballer, and his older brother, Roberto Assis, played pivotal roles in nurturing his love for the sport. Football wasn't just a pastime for Ronaldinho, it was life. From the dusty streets of his neighborhood, he crafted his unique style of play, mesmerizing everyone who watched. At a young age, Ronaldinho became a local sensation thanks to his unbelievable flair. The moment that really put him on the map came when he scored all 23 goals in a single youth match. That performance wasn't just a showcase of his scoring ability, but a glimpse into the future of football, a future where Ronaldinho would redefine how the game could be played. Ronaldinho's journey took off when he joined Grêmio's youth academy, where his unique combination of skill, speed, and vision stood out. He was a player who played with joy, and that joy translated into greatness. His signature smile became as recognizable as his dribbling and no-look passes. But beyond the entertainment, Ronaldinho had a determination to succeed, a fire to bring happiness to everyone who watched him. However, his carefree attitude would later become a double-edged sword. In 2001, Ronaldinho took the first step toward global stardom when he signed with Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. Moving to Europe was a major moment in his career, one that exposed his talent to a much larger audience. In France, he lit up the Ligue 1 with his stunning free kicks, incredible footwork, and ability to turn defenders inside out. He became the heartbeat of PSG, a club looking to make waves on the European stage. Despite his undeniable brilliance on the field, Ronaldinho's off-field antics started to raise eyebrows. His love for nightlife in Paris clashed with the professional demands of the sport. His manager at PSG, Luis Fernandez, grew frustrated with Ronaldinho's lack of discipline, often accusing him of prioritizing parties over training. Ronaldinho's natural talent continued to carry him through, but the cracks in his focus were beginning to show. The question was, could he balance the fun and freedom that defined his play with the dedication required to stay at the top? The answer would come, but not before Ronaldinho made the biggest move of his career. In 2003, Ronaldinho moved to Barcelona, a decision that would change not only his life, but the trajectory of the club itself. Barcelona was struggling at the time, both in terms of results and morale. Real Madrid's Galacticos were dominating the headlines, and Barca needed a savior. That savior turned out to be Ronaldinho. Under the guidance of Frank Rijkaard, Ronaldinho transformed into a footballing phenomenon. His flair, creativity, and vision made Barcelona's attacking play irresistible. In his first season, he dazzled La Liga, scoring spectacular goals and making defenders look helpless. But his most defining moment in a Barcelona shirt came in 2005, in the famous El Clásico against Real Madrid. At the Santiago Bernabéu, Ronaldinho delivered a masterclass, scoring 2 magnificent goals and leading his team to victory. The Real Madrid fans, stunned by his brilliance, stood and applauded, a rare gesture of respect from the fiercest rivals. That moment solidified Ronaldinho's place in football folklore. Over the next few seasons, Ronaldinho was unstoppable. He won 2 FIFA World Player of the Year awards, led Barcelona to 2 La Liga titles, and in 2006, delivered a Champions League trophy, the club's first in over a decade. He was the undisputed king of football, a player who could do things with the ball that seemed impossible. His performances were not just about winning, they were about spreading joy, inspiring a generation to love the game. But as Ronaldinho reached the peak of his powers, the distractions off the field began to take a toll. Ronaldinho's time at Barcelona wasn't just a highlight reel of magical moments. Behind the scenes, concerns were growing. His passion for nightlife, his carefree lifestyle, and his inconsistent commitment to training were catching up with him. While he could still produce moments of brilliance, they became less frequent. His fitness levels began to drop, and injuries became more common. By the 2007 to 2008 season, it was clear that Ronaldinho was no longer the same player who had lit up world football just a few years earlier. The final straw came when Pep Guardiola took over as Barcelona's manager in 2008. Guardiola, a disciplinarian, wanted a squad that was fully committed to professionalism and hard work. Ronaldinho, whose party lifestyle had become infamous, didn't fit into the new manager's plans. It was a bitter but necessary decision. Ronaldinho was let go. At 28, he was still relatively young, but his best days were already behind him. His transfer to AC Milan marked the beginning of the end. While Ronaldinho had moments of brilliance in Italy, he was never able to recapture the magic of his Barcelona years. His decline was swift, and by 2011, he had left Europe, returning to Brazil to play for Flamengo. After leaving Europe, Ronaldinho's decline accelerated. While he had some success with Atletico Mineiro, winning the Copa Libertadores in 2013, it was clear that his star was fading. The man who once captivated the world was now struggling to stay relevant in the sport he loved. The real blow, however, came off the pitch. Ronaldinho's financial troubles began to surface, and his carefree attitude toward business and personal matters caught up with him. In 2020, he made headlines around the world for all the wrong reasons when he and his brother were arrested in Paraguay for using fake passports. The sight of the footballing legend in jail was a heartbreaking reminder of how far he had fallen. Once the king of the football world, Ronaldinho was now embroiled in legal trouble, tarnishing his legacy. Ronaldinho spent 32 days in a Paraguayan prison before being released on house arrest. The incident was a wake-up call for many fans, showing how the pressures and pitfalls of fame can lead even the greatest stars down a dark path. It wasn't just about football anymore. Ronaldinho's carefree nature, which had been such a joy to watch, was now his biggest liability. The central problem in Ronaldinho's fall was his lack of discipline and focus. As a player, he relied heavily on his natural talent, but when it came to maintaining his fitness, staying dedicated to training, and avoiding distractions, he struggled. This is a common issue among athletes who rise to fame quickly. They are often unprepared for the responsibilities and challenges that come with success. Ronaldinho's fun-loving attitude, which made him a fan favorite, ultimately became his undoing. He found it difficult to balance his love for life off the pitch with the commitment required to stay at the top of his game. Talent can take a player to great heights, but discipline keeps them there. For aspiring athletes, the lesson from Ronaldinho's story is clear. Discipline and focus are crucial, not just talent. Ronaldinho's carefree style was part of his charm, but he lacked the long-term discipline to sustain his career at the highest level. Players like Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have shown that while skill is important, a strong work ethic and a commitment to professionalism are what truly extend careers. Planning for life after football is equally important. Ronaldinho struggled financially and legally after his playing days because he hadn't set himself up for success beyond the sport. Today's athletes need to think about how they can prepare for life after their career ends, whether through education, business ventures, or personal growth. Despite the setbacks, Ronaldinho's story is not just one of failure. In recent years, he has worked to rebuild his image, becoming involved in charity work and serving as an ambassador for the sport. While his footballing career may not have ended on the highest note, his contribution to the game is undeniable. Ronaldinho remains one of the most beloved and inspirational figures in football history. His story is a reminder of the highs and lows of fame, but also of the enduring impact that talent and joy can have on the world. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the rise and fall of Ronaldinho. His story is a powerful lesson on the importance of balance, focus, and discipline. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories like this, and leave any questions or topics you'd like us to cover next in the comments below.